In 2025, Bitcoin mining is going through a pivotal moment, marking a clear shift from the pioneering years of cryptocurrency. What was once seen as a lucrative activity based on converting energy into digital wealth is now revealing its structural limitations. The extraction of new Bitcoins, once within reach of small-scale operators, has become an increasingly costly, selective, and technically complex endeavor. The core issue lies in the dramatic rise in operational expenses, which has overwhelmed much of the industry. For more structured companies, especially those publicly listed, the average cost of producing a single Bitcoin has soared well beyond €100,000. This figure includes not only the high electricity consumption but also the cost of specialized hardware, maintenance, logistics, and the management of increasingly advanced and expensive data centers. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's market value has not kept pace with this surge in costs. In many cases, the price at which a Bitcoin is traded is lower than the actual cost of mining it. This has forced numerous miners to rethink their strategies or, in more extreme cases, to halt operations entirely. The logic behind the Bitcoin protocol has always been clear: to make the production of new blocks increasingly complex and expensive, following a natural cycle of scarcity. One of the most evident consequences of this scenario is the growing geographical disparity. Not all regions of the world share the same energy conditions. In some countries, electricity is so cheap that mining can still be profitable. In others, particularly across much of Europe, the cost of mining a single Bitcoin can reach up to 5 times its market value, rendering the activity completely unsustainable. This polarization has triggered a true exodus of hash rate toward areas where energy is more affordable, reshaping the global map of mining activity. The United States, which for a long time represented one of the world's main mining hubs, is now facing a phase of contraction. Mid-sized companies, squeezed between skyrocketing utility bills and the need to constantly upgrade their hardware, are struggling to keep up. The situation is even more dire for individual miners, who are increasingly pushed out of a game dominated by economies of scale and massive infrastructure. In response to these challenges, some players are attempting to reinvent themselves. Some are repurposing parts of their infrastructure to support applications related to artificial intelligence or high-performance computing, markets experiencing rapid growth. Others are adopting more speculative strategies, such as holding onto the Bitcoins they mine in anticipation of a significant price surge. The industry now stands at a crossroads. On one hand, economic pressure threatens to collapse traditional models; on the other, it pushes toward a necessary technological evolution. The most resilient companies are investing in facilities powered by renewable energy sources, located in regions where climate and energy policies enable greater efficiency. At the same time, partnerships with public institutions and energy providers are growing, aimed at securing long-term contracts and favorable rates. The face of Bitcoin mining in 2025 has changed dramatically. It is no longer the digital Wild West of its early days, but rather a capital-intensive industry where survival depends on innovation, strategic planning, and access to affordable energy resources. Those who manage to adapt may still find room for profit. Those clinging to outdated models risk being swept away by the new wave of technological and economic transformation.